Greetings, sports fans nationwide. You have entered the Sports Opinion Log here in Lex Anderson World. And initially, this video was going to be about Devin Booker. Was he a victim of colorism? Not making the NBA All Star starters, not even a reserve. But of course, AD's not playing. Adam Silver, the commissioner, he corrected the wrong. And of course, I blame you, the ignorant masses, the sheeple. He's not good enough to get your all-star votes to get him into the first goddamn place. But guess what? The top 1%er and People Sportscaster has you covered. If you can't tell by the jersey that I'm rocking, NBA All Star, baby. Who's the starters? Who's the captains? Who's the reserves? Who didn't make the list that should have made the list? And I'll say this once again, for the ignorant masses and the sheeple, you fools are supposed to vote for the NBA All-Star player that is hosting the city. So how is Trae Young not going to be a part of the festivities? You voted for him last year. Let's go. Set the date. Mark it on your calendar. March 7th, Sunday, NBA All-Star weekend. It's going to be wrapped up in one day. We're going to have the skills challenge, the three-point shooting contest before the game. At halftime, we're going to have the slam dunk contest. And then, of course, in the second half, we're going to finish the game. So that's going to be great. Everything's going to be wrapped up into one day. And if you don't know, set the date, March 4th, 8 o'clock for the NBA All-Star Draft, where respective team captains, the king, the chosen one, LeBron James, representing the West, Kevin Durant, Brooklyn Nets, representing the East, will choose from the pool of players available. And who do we have available? Starters for the West, we have Luka Doncic, Steph Curry, Nikola Jokic, and of course, Kawhi Leonard for the West. For the East, we have Kyrie Irving, Bradley Beal, Greek Freak, and Joel Embiid. So this is going to be good. I can't wait to see who gets to pick first. But my one question is, though, Devin Booker is playing because AD isn't playing. Kevin Durant hasn't played a goddamn game in nearly over 2 weeks. So how does he, voted as captain, get to pick when he probably won't even be playing the All-Star game? Because Durant, he's injury prone. Let's keep it real. He's coming off an Achilles tendon tear. Do the Brooklyn Nets really want him participating in an all-star game? And if he does suit up, I'm sure he'll play like 2 to 5 minutes tops at best. The Western Conference reserves, AD's out, Devin Booker is in. There goes my video about him being a victim of colorism. But we also have PG-13, Rudy Gobert, Dame Time, Spider Mitchell, Chris Paul, Zion. And for the East, we have not one, but 2 Boston Celtics. How the fuck is that even possible? I'll tell you how it's possible. Because of the ignorant masses and the sheeple. Are you not aware that the Celtics are 15-16, below 500? Did you not see Luka Doncic beat them last night with the step-back three-pointer that was the game winner? Come on, man. So we have 2 Celtics, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, James Harden, Zach LaVine, Julius Randle for the Knicks. Congratulations, young man, and Zach LaVine. This is both their first time, as well as Zion Williamson. And for the Orlando Magic, Nikola Vucevic. Clearly because he has a European country literally behind him placing the votes. And Ben Simmons. Why Ben Simmons? I don't understand that, but I guess he's popular in some circles, not mine. Everybody's upset about who didn't make it, and this has always been the fun part about the NBA All-Star Game to me, because you have the guys, the rich upper echelon players like LeBron, Greek Freak, Kawhi, crying about how they thought there wasn't going to be a game, and there is a game. And sports fans nationwide, I'm going to tell you why there is an all-star game. Because Turner Broadcasting, TNT, generates revenue upwards of $50 million in advertising revenue. That's what it's about. That's why I, the top 1%er, the people's sportscaster, will say what the nationwide sports leader, the Foxies, the corporate shells, they've sold their soul to the almighty dollar. But they won't tell you. But I will tell you that if there was not to be an all-star game, the NBA owed it to the advertisers to create and generate the revenue. You can't have your cake and eat it too. The players are getting paid millions of dollars to play 72 games this season, not 82. And obviously that helps with the coronavirus, with the pandemic, with the cancellations, the postponement of games. But if there was no all-star game, the NBA owes it to the corporate sponsors who cut the fucking paycheck for these millionaire athletes. What are you going to do for us? So you can't subtract 10 games and not have an all-star game. It's basic economics. Capitalism and commercialism will rule the day each and every day as long as the white man is in charge. And that's the truth. Talk about the notable snubs of people who should have gone in. Chris Middleton. I'm going to start with him because based on what I've seen on social media and on Twitter, nobody likes Chris Middleton. Trae Young, I already talked about him. Fred VanVleet. He is a victim of haters. People are going to hate on you when you're getting a guaranteed $85 million contract. That's all that needs to be said about that. Demar Derozan, outside of San Antonio, no one likes the Spurs. And no one liked DeRozan when he was with Toronto. He never won anything. And guess what? He's with the Spurs, and they're still not winning anything. People are talking about De'Aaron Fox should have made it. But unfortunately, the Sacramento Kings keep losing games. At the end of the day, you want to put forth a proven winner, with the exception, of course, again, for the two Celtics, Tatum and Brown. They don't and should not be in the All-Star game at all. Mike Conley of the Utah Jazz. Why is he even in this discussion? He should have never been given that $153 million contract. And, they're saying how he contributes to the Utah Jazz. But at the end of the day, Spider Mitchell is the face. Mike Conley, please be gone. Gordon Hayward, colorism. He is a victim of racism. That's why Gordon Hayward isn't a starter nor a reserve, despite having a decent season when everybody laughed when Jordan gave him hundreds of millions of dollars. Sabonis, Indiana Pacers. Again, he's foreign. Clearly, his country didn't rally enough votes behind him. Also, a victim of racism. And he's a victim of a small market team. Miami Heat, no Bam Adebayo, no Jimmy Butler. And I'm actually okay with that. I really don't care because the Heat lost to my and your LA Lakers in the NBA Finals. So again, no one remembers number 2, and clearly the general population, the ignorant masses and the sheeple bandwagon bitches have turned their back on the Miami Heat, and it shows. And my favorite punching bag, saving the best for last or the worst for last, Tobias Harris. Why should Tobias Harris be considered an all-star starter or reserve? It's bad enough that Ben Simmons is there and he gets injured without actually being touched. Tobias Harris is a bum. He should have never been given that $180 million contract. He doesn't show up in the playoffs. Sixers have lost winnable games. So there you have it, sports fans nationwide. NBA All-Star. The millionaire upper echelon players don't want to play. Boo-hoo-hoo. Cry me a river in your fucking luxury car and your mansion. The players who make the All-Star game, be it a starter or reserve, there are incentive clauses in their contracts. So at the end of the day, the players who are upset that they didn't make the All-Star game are mad because they probably had options of $500,000 and $250,000 to make and get selected. Again, on top of the millions of dollars that they're already earning. Durant, in my opinion, It hasn't been confirmed or cleared if he's going to play. I honestly think that he should not be picking for the East if he isn't going to suit up. Thank you very much, sports fans nation and worldwide, for tuning in. NBA All Star Draft. Can't wait. Of course, you know there's going to be a video. Sports Opinion Log, Lex Anderson World, Top 1%er, People Sportscaster. The only way you can be a part of it, press that subscribe button, the bell icon, so you get the notification when that video drops. Right now, there is a doubleheader going on that I've got to check out. We have the Golden State Warriors currently taking on the Indiana Pacers, and later on tonight, as a part of the doubleheader, my and your LA Lakers will be taking on the Utah Jazz. Until otherwise, ignorant masses and the sheeple, the Lakers are my and your defending NBA champions. Until further notice, Lex Anderson signing out.